The Kardashian world is shaking again. And this time, it's not about Kim or Kylie. It's Khloe. Reports are flying that Khloe Kardashian has gone absolutely mad after discovering that her brother, Rob Kardashian, has gotten Blac Chyna pregnant. Again. Yep, the same Chyna who once tore this family apart, dragged them through court, and vowed never to return. Now fans are convinced Rob and Chyna have rekindled something in secret. And Khloe? She's had enough. Sources close to the family say she's been furious, calling Rob reckless and out of his mind. The internet's already exploding with memes, DMs, and leaked text screenshots. So what's really going on behind those Calabasas gates? Is Chyna actually pregnant? Or is this all one big setup? Let's get into the chaos, because this Kardashian drama just hit a whole new level. #Khloe Kardashian, #Blac Chyna, #Rob Kardashian, #Kardashian drama, #pop culture, #celebrity news. When the rumor first dropped, no one wanted to believe it. Rob Kardashian, who had been living quietly and away from the spotlight for years, suddenly back in the headlines. And for the wildest reason imaginable. Sources close to the family whispered that Rob had been spending time with Blac Chyna again, and that those friendly visits had turned into something a lot more intimate. Within days, anonymous gossip accounts started claiming Chyna was pregnant. And the father? Rob Kardashian. The internet didn't even wait for confirmation before going nuclear. Twitter timelines exploded, memes flooded TikTok, and Reddit threads were filled with wild theories. Some said this was karma for how the Kardashians treated Chyna in the past. Others swore it was a PR stunt to keep the family relevant during a slow season of the Kardashians. But behind all that noise, something else was happening. Something real. Khloe Kardashian, the emotional backbone of the family, was not having it. Insiders claim she was furious when the story hit the blogs. Not because she hates her brother, but because she's always been his biggest defender. She helped him through his mental health struggles, stood by him during his breakup with Chyna, and even played mediator when things got messy in court. But finding out that Rob might have gone back to Chyna after everything? That felt like betrayal. According to one insider who spoke to a Pop Culture Insider, Khloe was seen pacing around her Calabasas mansion, shouting that Rob was destroying everything we've rebuilt. The source said, Khloe loves Rob, but she's angry that he's making choices that could reopen old wounds for the entire family. She's protective, but this time, she's disappointed. Fans quickly connected the dots. A few days before the rumor broke, Khloe had posted a cryptic Instagram story. "Some people never learn. And that's their karma to carry, not mine." That one line sent her 310 million followers into detective mode. The comment section turned into a battlefield. Some people defended Rob, saying everyone deserves second chances. Others dragged Chyna, accusing her of manipulation and clout chasing. And then there were those who called out Khloe herself, saying she had no right to judge, considering her own history with messy relationships. But that didn't stop Khloe from speaking out indirectly. A few nights later, she appeared on the Kardashians' teaser clip, visibly frustrated. She didn't name names, but her tone said it all. Sometimes, people in this family forget how much we've sacrificed to protect them. And then they do the one thing that hurts the most. Meanwhile, Rob stayed silent. No tweets. No Instagram updates. No denial. And for fans of the Kardashian-Jenner circus, silence means confirmation. Blac Chyna, on the other hand, seemed to be enjoying the attention. She started posting subtle hints. Selfies with heart emojis, captions like peace, love, and new beginnings 2 hearts, and one particularly bold picture of her holding a small pink baby shoe. The internet exploded again. Was that a pregnancy hint? Or just trolling? Entertainment sites like at TMZ, at The Shade Room, and at Hollywood Unlocked began digging. A source close to Chyna told TMZ, she and Rob have been spending time together privately for months. They co-parent dream, but there's definitely more than just parenting going on. That was all fans needed to hear. Screenshots of old photos of Rob and Chyna started resurfacing, showing their chaotic but passionate relationship. People remembered how intense it had been. The fights, the makeups, the split, and the courtroom drama that followed. They remember the reality show Rob and Chyna, where everything looked picture perfect until it wasn't. And now, somehow, it felt like history was repeating itself. Khloe reportedly called a family meeting at Kris Jenner's house. Yes, a full emergency Kardashian summit. Kim, Kylie, and Kourtney were all there, according to leaks from Duxmoy. One insider said, Khloe was the most vocal. She told Rob to think about Dream, to think about how this would affect her, and that Chyna doesn't have their best interests at heart. Kris, ever the momager, supposedly tried to calm everyone down. If this is true, she said, then we manage it the Kardashian way, with control, with unity, and with strategy.
But sources said Khloe wasn't having it.
She stormed out, slamming her purse on the counter, saying, "You can't manage someone's bad decisions, Mom." That moment reportedly left Kris speechless. The tension wasn't just at home. Cameras for the Kardashians were rolling through all of it. Insiders say producers were ecstatic. This kind of raw, real family tension was the stuff of ratings gold.
And they knew viewers would eat it up.
But behind the scenes, Khloe was dealing with something deeper. Friends close to her say she's been privately worried about Rob for months, his isolation, his weight struggles, and his tendency to trust the wrong people. The idea that he might fall back into the same toxic loop with Chyna terrified her.
She's not just angry, she's scared.
Meanwhile, Chyna seems to be capitalizing on the drama. She's been posting glowing selfies, hinting at a new era and teasing an interview that will change everything.
One caption read, "People love to judge what they don't understand.
But peace always wins." Fans instantly flooded her comments, tagging Khloe and Rob. Some accused her of faking pregnancy for clout, while others cheered her on, calling it a boss move. And as usual, the Kardashians stayed quiet, officially. No press statements, no direct comments. But people noticed that Kim unfollowed Chyna on Instagram again, and Kylie restricted comments on her posts after trolls started spamming snake emojis. At this point, the internet was divided into two camps. Team Khloe, those who think she's right to protect her brother. Team Chyna, those who believe the Kardashians have always looked down on her. But one thing everyone agreed on. If this rumor was true, the Kardashian family image was about to take another serious hit. Because no matter how much they control the narrative, one truth remains: nothing stays secret in Calabasas for long. #Khloe Kardashian, #Rob Kardashian, #Blac Chyna, #Kardashian drama, #the Kardashians, #T-Talk, #Hollywood Unlocked, #Celebrity Gossip, #Drama Alert. By the time morning hit in Calabasas, the entire Kardashian household was already buzzing with tension. Khloe hadn't slept a wink. She'd been pacing her living room, rereading every post, every gossip headline, and every fan tweet about Rob and Chyna. Her phone was blowing up with messages from producers, family members, and PR managers all asking the same thing: do you want to issue a statement?
But Khloe refused. She wasn't going to feed the fire. Not yet. Still, you could see the storm brewing.
Paparazzi caught her driving her black Range Rover out of Hidden Hills early that morning, sunglasses on, jaw tight, phone pressed to her ear. TMZ's headline read, "Khloe Kardashian snaps, seen leaving Calabasas in rage after Rob and Chyna rumors erupt." Fans immediately speculated she was heading to Rob's house. Inside sources later confirmed that's exactly where she went.
When she arrived, Rob was reportedly caught off guard.
He wasn't expecting Khloe, especially not this early. One insider close to the family told it Page 6, Khloe walked right in and said, "We need to talk, now." Rob looked exhausted, like he'd been up all night, and Chyna's name was the first thing out of her mouth. According to reports, Khloe confronted him about the pregnancy rumors head-on. She wanted to know if they were true, if Chyna was really pregnant again, and if Rob was the father. Rob didn't deny it immediately.
That silence said everything. Khloe reportedly lost it.
"Are you serious, Rob? After everything she's done to this family? You're just gonna walk right back into the fire?" Rob, defensive and emotional, told her she didn't understand. He said that things had changed, that Chyna had been trying to be better, that they'd reconnected for Dream's sake. And it just happened. Khloe shot back, "You said that last time. You said she was different then, too. And look how that ended." This argument allegedly went on for nearly an hour. Rob tried to explain that he didn't plan for any of this, that he's just trying to build a stable family for Dream.
But Khloe wasn't buying it.
She told him that stable and Chyna don't belong in the same sentence. The insider added, Khloe told Rob is letting his emotions control him again, and that he's about to drag the whole family into another public scandal. Meanwhile, Chyna seemed to be having the time of her life. On her Instagram story, she posted a photo of a breakfast table filled with roses and heart-shaped pancakes, with a caption "Blessed and glowing 2 hearts." Fans went into a frenzy. The timing couldn't have been more deliberate. Within minutes, blogs like at The Shade Room, at T-Talk Daily, and at Pop Faction reposted the image with captions like "coincidence?" or "subtle confirmation." The comments section was chaos. One user wrote, "Chyna knows exactly what she's doing," face with tears of joy. while another said, Khloe's probably losing her mind right now.
And they weren't wrong.
Back at Rob's house, Khloe was done trying to reason. She left in tears, reportedly calling Kim on her way home. Kim's response, according to sources, was classic Kim, calm, strategic, detached. She told Khloe, "Let's get ahead of it. If this story's gonna blow, we control it." That's when the Kardashian machine kicked in. Kris Jenner held a private call with Hulu producers and PRXX. They began planning how to spin the situation, not necessarily to deny it, but to frame it. Because if there's one thing the Kardashians have mastered, it's turning scandal into content. Behind the scenes, Kris supposedly told Khloe, "If Rob made a mistake, we'll fix it. But we do it on our terms." Khloe, however, didn't see it that way. She wasn't thinking about damage control, she was thinking about her brother. Friends close to her told at ET Online that Khloe broke down later that day, saying she felt like Rob was self-sabotaging again. She posted another cryptic quote to her Instagram story that night. "You can't save people who don't want to be saved. Sometimes, all you can do is watch them crash."
That post went instantly viral.
Khloe Kardashian started trending on X. Fans flooded her comments with support, while others began speculating that she was confirming the rumor indirectly. Meanwhile, Blac Chyna's camp was loving the attention. She shared a TikTok video lip-syncing to the line, "They said I couldn't come back, but here I am." It was an instant hit, amassing over 2 million views in just a few hours. That same night, Rob finally broke his silence, but not how fans expected. Instead of a public statement, he posted a single emoji on his Instagram story.
The internet went wild. What did that mean?
Was it confirmation?
Denial? A warning? Twitter went insane with theories.
One fan tweeted, "Rob really said nothing and everything at the same time." Another added, "Khloe's gonna explode after this."
And they were right.
The next morning, paparazzi caught Khloe at the gym, visibly upset, ignoring reporters shouting questions about Chyna's alleged pregnancy. When one asked, "Khloe, is it true about Rob and Chyna?" she just shook her head and muttered, "I'm done." But here's where things took a shocking turn. A leaked DM allegedly surfaced between Chyna and one of her close friends, hinting that she might have planned this. The DM read, "His soft. I knew he'd fall for it again. It's my season."
The screenshot went viral within minutes.
Chyna's team claimed it was fake, but fans weren't convinced. The alleged message matched Chyna's tone perfectly. Now Khloe had fuel for her rage. A source close to her told it Daily Mail. That message was the final straw for Khloe. She feels like Chyna is using Rob, using Dream, and now using pregnancy for fame. And honestly, a lot of people agreed. Comment sections started flooding with messages like, "Rob needs to wake up," and "Khloe's right to protect him." Still, others defended Chyna, saying, "Why is everyone blaming her? It takes two." That's the thing about Kardashian drama, no one's ever completely innocent. By the end of the week, the family group chat had reportedly gone silent. Everyone was waiting for a DNA test, or at least an official statement from Rob or Chyna.
But neither of them spoke.
What fans didn't know then was that things were about to get even more explosive. Because behind the scenes, someone was already leaking real receipts. Khloe Kardashian, Rob Kardashian, Blac Chyna, Kardashian family, pop culture, drama alert, celebrity news, reality TV, the Kardashians. As the story kept spreading, the energy inside the Kardashian circle grew heavier. What started as whispers and online chatter turned into full-blown chaos within the family group chat. Sources close to the Kardashians claim that Khloe couldn't believe what she was hearing. Rob, after years of separation, heartbreak, and public drama, was back with Chyna, and now she was reportedly pregnant again. According to insiders, Khloe's first reaction was pure disbelief.
"There's no way this is real," she allegedly told her sisters.
But once the evidence started to pile up, with rumors of Chyna visiting Rob's house late at night and a few cryptic posts on Chyna's Instagram hinting at new beginnings, Khloe's frustration turned into fury. She's been through enough public scandals to know how this would look, not just for Rob, but for the entire Kardashian brand. After everything that happened with Blac Chyna's lawsuits, the court battles, and the years of tension, this news felt like reopening an old wound. Meanwhile, Blac Chyna, or Angela White, as she's been going by since her image rebrand, seemed calm and unbothered. On social media, she's been posting about peace, growth, and spirituality. But fans noticed something else: her captions. Phrases like "new blessings coming" and "God's plan always wins" sent the internet into overdrive. The timing was too perfect to ignore, and people immediately started connecting dots. Rob, on the other hand, has stayed silent. Completely off social media, as usual. But those close to him say he's been happier lately, spending more time with Dream and reconnecting with people he drifted away from. So, is it possible that Rob really let Chyna back into his life? And if so, what made him take that risk again? Khloe's anger, according to one close friend, wasn't just about the pregnancy itself, it was about what it symbolized. She's seen Rob at his lowest. She was the sister who stood by him when he disappeared from the spotlight, when his mental health struggles were at their worst, when he lost his confidence and his purpose. To her, Chyna was part of that dark chapter, a relationship that brought pain, not healing. Now, hearing that Rob might be rekindling that same connection, it broke something in her. Reports say Khloe confronted Rob directly, demanding to know what was going on. "Are you really doing this again? After everything she put you through?" she allegedly asked. But Rob, always private and gentle in nature, didn't want to argue. "It's complicated," he told her. And that's when Khloe reportedly snapped. According to insiders, Khloe shouted that she was done protecting him, that she couldn't keep cleaning up his messes. Her voice carried down the hallway during a tense family gathering, and everyone in the house knew this was serious. Even Kim, who usually stays out of Rob's personal issues, was said to be stunned by how emotional Khloe got. Meanwhile, the internet was loving the drama. Memes exploded across X, formerly Twitter. Fans started debating who was really in the wrong. Some people said Khloe should stay out of her brother's love life, that Rob's happiness should come first. Others defended her, saying she was only acting out of love, desperate to protect him from another heartbreak. Even at Pop Base and at TMZ jumped into the conversation, reporting conflicting details. Some claimed that Chyna wasn't actually pregnant, that the rumors were being exaggerated by online blogs. But others insisted that Chyna's recent medical appointments were not a coincidence. In the middle of it all, Dream Kardashian, Rob and Chyna's daughter, became a major point of discussion. Fans were worried about how this tension might affect her. After all, Khloe's been one of the most active aunts in Dream's life, treating her almost like one of her own kids. Sources close to the family revealed that Khloe even told friends, "I'm scared for Dream. She deserves stability, not chaos." And that's really where the emotion in all of this comes from, Khloe's love for her family. Beneath the anger and frustration, she's scared. Scared that Rob might fall back into the same pattern. Scared that Chyna's motives aren't what they seem. Scared that this entire situation might blow up bigger than anyone expects. Meanwhile, Chyna's team continues to stay vague. When asked directly about the pregnancy rumors, her rep told outlets, "Angela's focused on her growth and her family. That's all we'll say right now." Which, honestly, says a lot without saying anything. The situation feels eerily familiar, almost like history repeating itself. Remember when Chyna first entered the Kardashian world years ago? There was chaos, jealousy, and confusion back then too. The difference now is that everyone's older, wiser, and yet, somehow, the drama hasn't aged a day. As the tension grows, insiders claim Kris Jenner is trying to mediate, pulling strings behind the scenes to protect the family image before it hits reality TV again. Rumor has it that the Kardashians' cameras have already started filming reactions to the news. And if that's true, viewers are in for an explosive season. Social media's already calling it Khloe vs. Chyna 2.0. And honestly, it might just be the biggest headline of the year. #Khloe Kardashian, #Blac Chyna, #Rob Kardashian, #Kardashian drama, #reality TV, #pop culture, #trending now, #Hollywood tea. As the tension between Khloe Kardashian and Blac Chyna continued to rise, it became clear that this wasn't just another family squabble. It was a full-blown Hollywood storm. Behind the glossy Instagram filters and filtered interviews, emotions were boiling over. Sources close to the Kardashian clan said Khloe had reached her breaking point. The constant online buzz, the endless DMs from fans tagging her in Chyna's posts, the memes flooding her comments, it was all too much. "She's tired of being the strong one," a friend reportedly said. Khloe feels like every time the family starts healing, someone drags them back into chaos, and this time, it's Rob. Meanwhile, Chyna seemed completely unbothered. She was seen out in Los Angeles, smiling for paparazzi, showing off her glowing skin and designer bags. When TMZ reporters asked about the pregnancy rumors, she simply smirked and said, "You'll see soon."
That one comment sent the internet into a frenzy. Fans started dissecting every word, every outfit, every social media caption she posted. Then came the curveball. Rob was spotted leaving Chyna's house late one night. Cameras caught him in his black Range Rover, trying to keep a low profile. But as always, nothing stays secret in the Kardashian universe for long. Within hours, photos were all over at the Shade Room, at Daily Mail, and at Page 6. The headline screamed, "Rob and Chyna, back together." Khloe loses it after Rob visits Chyna. New baby rumors shake Kardashian family again. That's when the real fallout began. Khloe reportedly called Kris Jenner in tears, demanding that she do something before the situation spiraled out of control. But Kris, ever the businesswoman, saw a different kind of opportunity. Insiders claim she told Khloe, "If it's true, we'll handle it like we always do, on our terms." Translation: control the narrative, monetize the chaos, and turn the headlines into a storyline for the Kardashians. Khloe didn't like that answer. She's been trying to distance herself from unnecessary drama, focusing on her kids and building her brand around positivity and wellness. To her, Rob's choices weren't just reckless. They risked undoing all the family's hard work to rebuild their image. Fans started noticing subtle shade too. Khloe posted a cryptic message on her Instagram story that read, "Sometimes protecting your peace means staying quiet when you want to scream." Within minutes, the internet exploded. Everyone knew exactly who she was talking about. Meanwhile, Chyna, never one to back down, responded in her own way. She posted a photo of herself lounging in a silk robe, with the caption, "Peace looks good on me." She didn't tag anyone. She didn't need to. The timing said it all. Even Kim Kardashian reportedly got involved. While she's been keeping a low profile lately, sources say she called both Khloe and Rob privately, urging them to keep things off social media. But the damage was already done. Podcasts started picking up the story. YouTubers like at Drama Alert and at Pop Culture Buzz dropped long breakdowns of the situation, analyzing body language, comparing Chyna's old interviews, and speculating about whether this could be a PR stunt. But here's the twist. According to one insider, there's more to the story than anyone realizes. Apparently, Chyna's been working on a tell-all book, where she plans to detail her side of the Kardashian drama, including her relationship with Rob and how she was silenced by powerful people behind the scenes. The source claims that announcing a pregnancy, real or not, might just be part of the rollout plan. If that's true, Khloe's rage makes even more sense. It's not just about Rob. It's about the possibility of their family's most private moments being used for profit. And speaking of profit, rumor has it that the Kardashians' production team is already considering including this storyline in next season's episodes. Hulu knows drama sells, and this could be the biggest spike in ratings since the Tristan Thompson scandal. But what about Rob? Where's his voice in all this? Well, those close to him say he's torn. On one hand, he still feels something for Chyna. She's the mother of his daughter, and no matter what, there's history there. But on the other hand, he knows what this relationship cost him last time: his peace, his privacy, and his public image. According to one insider, Rob's been telling friends, "I just want to do what's best for Dream." But with both Khloe and Chyna pulling in opposite directions, it's hard to know what that even means anymore. Then, in a shocking twist, paparazzi spotted Chyna wearing a diamond ring, and immediately, engagement rumors started swirling. Was Rob planning to propose again? Or was Chyna just stirring the pot to keep the headlines hot? Khloe reportedly went ballistic when she saw the photos. "She feels like she's living in a loop," said one insider. "It's like deja vu, the same chaos, the same pain, just a few years later." Fans are split down the middle. Some believe Khloe is overreacting, that Rob deserves to make his own choices and maybe even find happiness again with Chyna. Others side with Khloe, saying she's the only one brave enough to speak the truth and protect her brother from repeating past mistakes. And then there's the silent group, people who just can't look away from the drama. Every new post, every cryptic caption, every paparazzi shot keeps the internet buzzing. Because let's be honest, when it comes to the Kardashians, chaos is the brand. By now, the entire Hollywood circle is watching. Publicists are on high alert, PR teams are strategizing, and fans are refreshing their feeds every few minutes for updates. If this pregnancy rumor turns out to be true, it could rewrite the entire Kardashian narrative again, bringing back one of the most explosive love stories in reality TV history. And if it's not true? Well,
China just reminded everyone that even years later, she can still make the Kardashians trend worldwide with a single post. Khloe Kardashian, Rob Kardashian, Blac Chyna, reality TV drama, Hollywood tea, the Kardashians, pop culture buzz, trending now. If you've made it this far, you already know, this isn't just celebrity gossip. It's reality history repeating itself. The Rob and Chyna saga refuses to die, and now Khloe's caught right in the middle of it again. But here's the real question. Is this love, manipulation, or a masterclass in staying relevant? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Whose side are you on? Are you backing Khloe for protecting her family, or do you think Rob and Chyna deserve another shot at happiness? Eyes. And don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next twist in this Hollywood roller coaster. Because if history tells us anything, the next headline is already being written. Khloe Kardashian, Rob Kardashian, Blac Chyna, the Kardashians, drama alert, celebrity news, reality TV, subscribe now, pop culture.